All right, my first graders, before we get started on today's lesson, remember we talked about how it's important to know our doubles facts. We're going to do a quick review of our doubles facts. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say the whole thing. So our first one would be 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right, so we want to be able to read it across so that way when we see our doubles facts, we know them. Okay, so the lesson that we have today, it'll be easier if we know our doubles facts. Okay, so let's practice. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So you're saying this along with me, okay? 2 plus 2 equals 4. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 7 plus 7 equals 14. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 9 plus 9 equals 18. 10 plus 10 equals 20. All right, so before we get started on our lesson, I want to let you know that all of chapter 3 is all about different strategies. Don't be upset if you are having trouble with the strategy that they are choosing for us to use and practice that day. This whole lesson is all about, this whole chapter, I should say, is all about getting us used to different ways to add. Okay, so some of the suggestions that they have for adding might be a little difficult for you at this moment, but later on it might start making sense. It might not make sense this year, but it might make sense next year. Don't forget, you always have the strategies that we know how to use, like drawing a picture or counting on. Those are still good strategies. I have to teach you the strategies that they're asking us to teach you in these lessons. They might be hard, and again, you might not be able to understand them right now, okay? But I'm going to walk you through them step by step. But when it comes to adding, I want you to use the strategy that works best for you. Most of the time when we're doing activities, as long as you get the right answer, it doesn't matter what strategy you used, okay? So again, these are just strategies. If you are not great at them, it's okay. I understand that some of them are confusing and some of them might not make sense to you right now. But we're going to talk about them. I'm going to walk you through how to use them. But if you can add by using count on or drawing a picture, then I'm okay with it. All right, so I just want you to know that before we start our lesson today. Okay, my first graders, we are on page 149 today. It's lesson 3.4. Okay, we're not going to do the whole lesson today. We're going to take 2 days to do it. All right, so find page 149 and then hit play when you're ready. Okay, I want you to just listen as I show you how to solve this problem. You don't need to do anything on this page. You don't need to write your answer, draw anything. I'm just going to show it to you. All right. The problem says there are 3 orange fish. So I'm going to draw my 3 orange fish. I'm just doing circles for them, okay? 3 red fish. And 1 white fish. I'm just going to use my pen to draw my 1 white fish. How many fish are in the tank? Well, you know from doing other problems with me that we could just count all the circles to get our answer. But what they want us to see in today's lesson is that you have 3 and 3. That's a doubles fact. 3 plus 3 is 6. So they want you to know that right here, this is 6. Then you get 1 more. So after 6 comes 7. So that there are 7 fish in the tank. They want you to see that this is a double, which equals 6, plus 1 more gives us 7. Because that's the activity that we're working on today. It's called using doubles to add. So again, I know you know there are other strategies for us to get our answer. However, today I need to show you this strategy. It might not be your favorite, and it might not be one that you use when you're on your own to solve the problems, but I need to show you how it is done so you have an idea. Because it'll show up on our test. But again, as long as you get the right answer to our problem, it is a little easier. All right, on this page, how can a doubles fact help you solve 6 plus 7? So here's our problem, 6 plus 7. I know that you can solve this. You know that you can circle the big number and count on. You could draw a picture to find the answer. But today, I'm showing you how to use doubles, okay? So the idea is learning about how doubles can help us add today. So here is what they show us. Here is 6, and here is 7. 6 blue, 7 red. So what we can do is look at this column. Well, hey, they're almost the same size, aren't they? What I can do, and let me see if I can zoom in for you. I want to zoom as we're going. See if I can zoom in, move this over a little so it's easier to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is very similar to this one. What they want you to see is it is very close to a doubles fact. Okay, see how this one, look, it comes to right here. I drew a line across the top. This would be the same, and then you have this one extra at the top. So they want you to say, well, what if I pop this one off and put it down here next to it so that our towers are the same now, but you have one extra over here. So they wrote a new problem. 6 plus 6 plus 1 more. So look at this. There's 6 here. So this is also 6 because it's the same. 6 plus 1 more. Well, we would put our doubles back together. 6 plus 6 equals 12. So it's like saying 12 plus 1 more equals 13. Yes, I know that that's complicated. Yes, I know that's a lot of steps, but they just want you to see how our numbers go together. Okay, so I don't want you to get frustrated. I want you to think this is just how our numbers go together. So 12 plus 1 is 13. So if we go back to our original problem, 6 plus 7 equals 13. So we did all that math to get 13. Okay, so yes, I know it's a lot of steps. How else could you find your answer? How else could we have done that? Could we have just counted these all together? We could have. If I counted these, 6 plus 7, or I could get the same answers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Or I could have put 7 in my head and 6 on my fingers, right? And counted on. Put 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I could have done that and still got my same answer. So there are other ways to solve, but we're looking at how could we use doubles, okay? So out of the whole lesson today, what I'd like you to see is that when things are close together, how we can make a doubles problem, how we can chop one off and put it down here to make a doubles fact. All right, so that's really the point. That's really the whole point today. Okay, but we can always check our work by counting our cubes, right? Or doing our count on strategy to make sure our answer is correct. So now we're going to look down here. Now I'm going to move this down. Sorry guys, but I want to make sure that you see up close because they're kind of small, which makes it a little hard to count all of these. Okay, so we are going to use these cubes to make a doubles fact. We call it a doubles plus 1. So we have 9 plus 8. We look at this tower and think Hey, they are really close in size, right? 9 and 8, they're close together numbers. So I'm going to look here, right? Can I draw a line at the top and make them even? Yes, I can. On your paper, draw that line to make them even. Good. Do you see how you chop that 1 off at the top? All right, this is what we're going to do. Since it's over here, we're gonna drop it down. So I like to do this. I show myself dropping it down here. So I took it off the top, I dropped it down here, and now I have a new problem. So instead of having 9, I took 1 off the top. So now I have 1 plus, remember, if I take that off the top, this tower's the same. So what's that number now? Instead of 9, I have 8, right? Same size as this. If this is 8, then that one's 8. So I have 1 plus 8. Now, plus how many more? What's the number that we didn't use yet? 8. So we have 1 plus 8 plus 8. Okay. Now they want us to take, and this is where knowing our doubles facts helps us. They want us to take 8 plus 8 and put that together. Well, what is 8 plus 8? If you have 8 and you get 8 more, do you remember that doubles fact? 8 plus 8 is 16. So you might not know that yet because most of us don't have our doubles facts memorized, and that's okay at this point. 8 plus 8 is 16. Now, we can also do that by counting these, right? We're at that point still where we can count our cubes. So we have 8 plus 8 equals 16. But we're not done. See this blank here? We put the 8 and 8 together. What number did we not use? We didn't use this little guy, that 1. We put the 1 down here. And now we have 1 plus 16. Well, think, if you have 16 and you get 1 more, what do you have? 17, right? 16, 17. So after we did all this fancy math, 9 plus 8 equals 17. Okay, so again, I am just showing you how to do this. We're walking through it. I know that you might not be using this on your own, and that's okay. We need to know, though, at the end, right, what does 9 plus 8 equal? So I know that this is confusing. So let's just check our work and make sure that we know what 9 plus 8 equals, right? Could we use the count 1 strategy? Put 9 in our head and 8 on our fingers? Yes, we can, right? So let's put 9 in our head, 8 on our fingers. You got the 8 on your fingers? 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Put 9 in our head. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did you get 17? Yes. So even though they want us to do all this today, we know that 9 plus 8 equals 17. All right, let's look at this one right here. We have 5 plus 6. So they want us to see that these are very close together, right? Almost the same number. So we're going to look at these. Do you see that one's bigger? Which one's bigger? That one, right? So let's draw that line across. Oh, we can chop one off, can't we? So ready? We're going to we put our line across. We got that 1 at the top. Remember what we're going to do? We're going to pop it off and put it down here, right? We popped it off the top and moved it down. So now we're going to write about it. So we have 5, and then this is the one we turned into our double, right? How many, if we pop one off, this is 5, so then this part down here is 5 plus how many right there? Plus 1, because we had 6, right? 5 plus this 1 more equals 6. Then we look at this. We still have our blank here. We need to drop this 5 down. So now we have our new problem. 5 plus 5 plus 1. Because remember, we took this off the top and we plopped it down here. 5 plus 5 plus 1. Okay, this is where doubles come in. What's 5 plus 5? Let's add our double. 5 plus 5 is 10. We have our one more, right? We have these. 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 more. All right, what's 10 plus 1 more? 11. 10, 11. So 5 plus 6 equals 11. We did all that fancy math to get our answer. So let's just double check and see. Is it 11? Could I count all these cubes? Well, yeah, I could count these cubes to see. Or I could put 6 in my head and 5 on my fingers, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I still got the same answer. All right, we're going to look across the page. Let me set this up. Here we go. We're going to try a few more. Ready? We have 7 plus 8. All right, so let's look. They're close together, right? 7 is close to 8. Can we turn this into a double? Yes. Go across the top. We're going to pop that one off and put it down here, right? Take the one off the top. So then if we take that off, you see, it looks like a double now, doesn't it? 7 plus, this, instead of 7 plus 8, it would look like 7 plus 7, and then 1 more. So we're going to fill that in. I'm going to just put my finger there to hold that. Okay, so let's write that. We have 7, and then we said this, we turned into a 7 plus 1 more. Okay, look at that now. 7 plus, remember we're covering this one up, 7 plus 1 more. 7 plus 1 more. So they want us to know, well, what is 7 plus 7? That's our doubles fact. 7 plus 7. Well, 7 plus 7 equals 14. So we have 7 plus 7 equals 14 plus 1 more. What's 14 plus 1? 15. Okay, and we can check our work. 8's our big number. Put 7 on our finger. 7 on our fingers. You ready? We're going to put 8 in our head. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at that. Our answer is right. Let's look at this one. 5 plus 4. Okay, so let's look. Very close together, right? 5 and 4 are similar. Can we draw our line across the top? Yep. All right. So we have to take this one off. Plop it down here. Right? We can cover it up with our finger. Let's look at the new problem we have. 1 plus, how many is that? 5. Oh, not 5. I'm sorry. Not 5 anymore. We have 1 plus, oh, how many is in this now? It's not 5 because we took one off the top. Right? These are the same number now. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost messed that up. 1 plus 4 plus 4. So we needed to make a double, right? We turned this into a double fact. Plus 1 more. So now they want us to know, well, what is 4 plus 4? 4 plus 4 is 8. And then we get 1 more. So 8 plus 1 more is 9. So 5 plus 4 equals 9. So we can check our work. Can we count these? Can we count these squares? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It equals 9. So boys and girls, what I hope you got from this today is that you can make doubles facts, right? We call it doubles plus one, where we look at our numbers that are very close together. We take and we make it into, we take the biggest one, we turn it into a double, right? We take one off the top and then we add one. But again, think about your plus problem. There are other ways that we can solve, right? We can just count all the cubes, or we can put the big number in our head and count on. As long as you get the right answer, I'm okay with however you choose to solve. So we are going to stop there, okay, today, and then you're going to do an activity that I created for you that practices what we just did. All right, boys and girls, tomorrow we will finish the rest of the lesson.